views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready, 'cause it's the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas. I am joined with the one and only, the rock star of the art world, and more importantly, I am truly just so honored to call him my friend.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yes, the one and only Mr. Michael Godard.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Busy little bee, running all over, chasing the olives down, trying to say, hold on, I need to paint you for a minute.
Right.
Don't race off to the bar, but yeah, no, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And actually, we leave tonight, so I'm glad I got to see you because we're going to be leaving for about another week, and I go to some places. It's a blur right now. I think Florida. Yeah, I was just in Florida last week, but I'm in Florida again tonight.
Oh my goodness.
So.
You are like the busiest person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really that everyone's trying to get me out of Vegas, and that's why I'm so busy, or it actually has something to do with, work. So. Actually, it's work. Darn it.
Dang it. No, but I mean, it's just so amazing. And if you're a fan of the show and you watch this, I have been a fan of yours for years, since I was a little girl. And I always was like, I love his paintings. All this is so cool. But you're so amazing, and you're incredibly talented, and you do
hold on.
so
Something's
many
wrong with my earphones. What'd you say? My headphones aren't working.
You're so talented.
Thank you, Corey.
No, but you really are. And I just think everyone loves your work. And you don't just do the olives, you do so many different kinds of beautiful artwork, and I mean on all different not just like on painting. I'm trying to think of the word.
Trying to on all different materials.
Yes,
and
materials.
And different what do they call it? Different types of art too, from crazy sculptures to
Clearly, I'm not an artist.
No, you're fine, but you can appreciate good artists.
Yes, amazing artists. No, and your artwork's everywhere, and that's because it's amazing. And and what's even cooler is you're such a great person too, and that's such a rare thing.
I'm trying to convince my wife of that, but okay, working on it.
No, and your beautiful wife, Leanne. I wish we could get her on here.
I told you this morning she's an alien. She just wakes up pretty. I'm like, there's something wrong with you. Somebody photoshopped you. I think it was God. But no, we've known each other a long time, and you've been really busy too, so I love it. I'm anxious to catch up today a little bit. Hope to one day say that I make your top 10 favorite artists in the world, and also to say that I've known you longer than your mom, but that's going to take a while.
No, first of all, you're already my favorite artist in the world, like hands down.
I totally thhree the bait out there, reeled it in. I'm so trying to work it.
But it's true. No, it's true, and I literally for years and years and years have loved you. So it's
I've
so
loved
cool.
you too, but my wife's sitting right there, and you're way too young for me. I take you out for a Happy Meal, and that's it. But no, thank you so much, and I really enjoy coming out because I love how you engage with your audience. And I know some people have been following for a long time. Some people might be brand new, but it's really enjoyable to listen to, no matter who you are. And I've had some of my friends and family say, "Oh, you got to check this out," because we always have so much fun together. Yeah. And so so that's cool. So we like each other. We're good that. Yeah. BFFs. We don't have the friendship bracelets yet, but
let's do it.
Her mom's trying to limit how many tattoos I talk her into. She's sitting right there too, by the way. So be good. None of this today.
So I only got one, but I have to get another. Oh, you should deny my next tattoo.
Oh,
there we go. Oh my goodness, let's do it.
My daughter, when she was little, because I had just gotten tattooed. When I got tattooed, way before you were born, it wasn't very popular to have a sleeve. Right. And at that time, if you wanted to work in a restaurant or did any kind of job, you had to wear long sleeves. And my daughter used to tell me, "Okay, listen, I know you're going to come to my school today, and this school kind of frowns on tattoos, so could you please cover up?" Absolutely not. And then she said, "Well, I'm never going to get a tattoo, never, ever, ever." My daughter, I can't think of a place she doesn't have a tattoo now. So it went from, "Oh, I want to be nothing like you. Oh, Dad, you're so 80s," to the other day she walked in and she looked like Boy George. Go, "Oh, I'm the 80s person now? Well, Dad, it's kind of cool now." So I don't know if that
She's
means
a
I fit
daddy's
in.
girl. That's cool. That's good.
Oh yeah, no, she's good. But no, it's been a lot of fun. We've been traveling a lot,
Yeah.
and I've gotten to go all kinds of places through the cruise lines,
Yeah.
and so next year we're already looking at an itinerary that would include Israel and Australia.
Oh, wow.
And the neat thing about it is, I got married actually less than a year ago, so
Yes.
technically this is still my
Almost,
honeymoon.
Yeah, there you go. there
So
you
be
go.
really nice to me today. But Leanne and I, she hasn't been everywhere that I've been, and a lot of the locations we're going to, it's either her first time, like we just went to London, and we had a blast there.
Oh, I
So
bet.
we did everything. Well, she had a hit list I'll tell you about later. But there's lots of stuff. There's lots of places that I've never been before that I'm going to be going to for the first time. So I'm excited about those too. And one of the things that I like to do, there's nothing worse than accidentally landing in some place that's really cool, and you find out how cool it is after you've left.
Right.
Oh my gosh, why didn't I read about it? So
Right.
I had been to London before, and I knew that Leanne really, her hit list was let's hit Buckingham Palace because like girls,
Yeah.
she likes to watch the wedding.
We gotta
what's
be
the princess?
princesses. Yes.
What's the princess up to? And we were in Spain, and we tried to get tickets to the Van Gogh Museum and a very famous church out there called the Gaudi Church, Church de Familia, something like that. And when we got there, tickets were already sold out. So I said, listen, maybe we should get tickets in advance. Or actually, she might have said, I'm getting tickets in advance because I'm organized and you're not. Either way, we got to enjoy it.
Right.
We had such a good time. I got to see, of course, she's interested in what are the people in England, what kind of type of hats are they wearing? Because Leanne, she loves her hats. I want to see the paintings. So we got to see everything. We got to see both. We got to walk through. There's a certain time of year when they open up the staterooms. It's like seasonal. I don't know if it's because they're still doing official business there or there's the tourist traffic they're worried about. But we got to see some places that aren't normally open, and that was great. So I got to see what I wanted to see, which was some great paintings by my favorite artists.
That's true. Yeah.
Stars were aligning. There's one of my favorite, some of my favorite artists are some of the old Dutch painters. And I was telling her, there's this painting that's called The Girl with the Pearl Earring, which was actually a movie, and it was done by an artist named Vermeer. And we had just watched the movie. It's like nerdy. It's like me watching a chick flick. Like, okay, I'll watch it, but I was smart. I knew there's a little romance in it,
There
and
you
stuff.
go. You
She
got
liked
it.
the story. There's cat bites and stuff, and
The best.
so it was really neat because in Buckingham Palace, here we are walking through. I'm looking at all the paintings, going, "Oh my gosh, that's a Vermeer!" And then she goes, "Oh yeah, that's nice." She's looking at everything, and I said, "No, that's the guy who painted the girl with the golden earring." And she's like, "Let's go see it." So I was like, "That was cool." And for me
Yeah.
too, I learned a little bit from her because she knows, not just what the palace is and all that, but she's also watched a lot more news and things like that, and follows what Prince Harry and his
Yes.
brother are doing, and
Yes.
so
And
it's neat.
Megan, which everyone's so mean to her, which it just makes me
I don't know.
upset.
Yeah, I'm going to Twitter about that today. I'm
gotta
just
do it, yeah.
sick of it. So London was super fun. New places coming up on our agenda, and mine has been a whirlwind from in the last 3 or 4 weeks. We've went to let's see if I can get this right. Bermuda, Seattle, San Diego, Texas, Michigan, going to Colorado, Florida twice. There's about 5 cities
my
I'm forgetting.
goodness.
And I literally spent like one after the other after the other. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, let's go to Corey's and relax and have some fun.
Yes.
I'll get on that. Traveling sounds a lot more glamorous than it really is.
Oh, I can. It's hard to live out
People
of a
are
suitcase.
irritated
yeah.
when they get on. They've been waiting. The air doesn't come on right away, and you're sitting on a tarmac, and
Yeah.
your luggage isn't coming out. And everyone, if you get an aisle seat, you can use the bathroom easily. But everyone getting on the plane is bumping with their,
Right.
knapsack or backpack. Sorry, backpack. You know what? I got in trouble with someone.
Why?
Not really got in trouble, but I got in trouble because I called somebody a stewardess. And I didn't really get in trouble, but they said, you are showing your age. I go, what do you mean? They call them flight attendants now. They're not stewardesses.
I've called them stewardesses
Yeah?
a couple times.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, see, because you're getting older.
No, I know. I'm 21. I'm like, oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh, I can't believe it. You're going to have an AARP card soon.
I know, for real.
Yeah.
I think they just sent me a letter. So.
Oh, yeah. I feel sorry, though, for the people at the airline because they just, oh man, everyone, it's like being at the DMV. Everybody doesn't want to
Yeah.
really be there and wait, can't
Right.
find a seat. There's like a whole row, and you're with somebody else, and there's all these doubles that everyone's taking up because they don't want to sit next to anyone else. So they've got their lunches over here. They're taking up 4 or 5 seats,
Right.
Like, oh, can't take that one. My foot's across it. Oh. So, and we're doing more of that tomorrow morning, so I should stop whining about it.
No, but I know it's awesome that you get to do all that, but I'm sure it is tiring, of course.
Yeah, it's a little tiring. When you miss a plane and you got to reschedule your hotel,
yeah.
or the plane's been delayed, and then you have a connecting flight you're worried about getting to. So,
Right.
and that happened a lot. Right before we went to Florida, there was talk of a big hurricane, which I'm
Yes,
sure you've heard of.
yeah.
And it changed directions, thank goodness.
Good.
2 days before that, trying to make it out to Florida, we were leaving Michigan, and Chicago O'Hare had bad storms and things, so we didn't make that plane. And
Oh my goodness,
oh.
what a mess.
my life is so tragic. It's not that bad. I'm like, more nuts, please. And you know what's funny, Corey? I don't know if you ever do this, but I have certain habits I should probably correct, but I might not be the only one. So, for example, a lot of people that get on an airplane, even though you just ate, like, what are we going to do for 2 hours? Oh, let's get something to eat. So you eat, and they're like, okay, what would you like to eat today? You want the lasagna, or you want the salad and the cheese? I'm like, I'll take the lasagna. And I literally just ate. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be good. I don't want to be so full that I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
Walk around. Oh, by the way, we have warm nuts. Would you like some? Well, of course. And then they'll ask me
But
to
you
go,
gotta get the warm nuts.
if you're asleep, do you want to, would you like us to wake you up for the meal? And my whole plan is to say no to everything. I say yes to everything.
Okay.
Then when we land, as soon as we hit the hotel room, you want a snack? Why? Because we can get room service. It's bad. So I might not be the only one. The other thing that I've noticed is when you stay the night at a hotel, I don't want to call it stealing, but a lot of people just say, oh my gosh, I love this lotion. So you take the lotion, you take the shampoo, you take the conditioner. Oh, look at this toothbrush. It folds up into this big and will fit in my pocket.
That's
and
right.
here's a little sewing kit. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh, should we even be telling people about this? Then I think it's just me. And I say, honey, where's the shampoo? Oh, here's some right there. And I'm like, and this little bottle right here?
Right.
Yeah, I've got 47 more of them too if you need an extra one. Do you do that?
Yes,
Have you ever-
everyone does. It's. I mean, they give it to you for free, so you might as well take it, right?
Well,
I think.
okay, so let's say something. How about if you go into, okay, you're trying to write something down. So you walk into an office. A doctor's a good one. You walk into the doctor's office, and you need to fill out a form because you're, signing in as a patient. The smart doctors take the pen. They actually have a chain that goes onto it, and of course that never works.
Right.
I mean, the chain works, the pen
But
doesn't.
the pen, right?
But, sometimes you go into the doctor's office, there's like 50 pens there. Like, there's so many here. Or at the DMV is even better. You're looking for a pen. Oh, I got to fill out this little form because I don't want to stand in the wrong line for 2 hours.
Right.
So you're looking at it, go, man, I don't have anything to write with. Like, they got 3,000 of these. Should I just? Okay, is that really stealing? I don't know. I'll ask for forgiveness later. So maybe I'm not. So I'll
Well,
ask
how
you
many
something.
pens deep are you?
We don't talk about that
Right.
because it might actually be a crime. But when I was younger, and when they played something on a movie, you were able to record it with your VHS, and they've tried to
Right.
stop people from pirating stuff. And now even going into a hotel when you order a movie, it said, by the way, FBI, federal law, you will go to jail for the rest of your life. You might even get executed if you decide to record this
Right.
at all.
Of course.
Plus, it's like when you're a little kid and your parents tell you, don't pee in the pool, and if you do, I'm going to know because there's going to be a red ring because we put some
Right.
special chemicals.
That's it.
I don't even know if it really exists, but you're scared enough where you don't even want to try
I
it.
think they do have dark blue ones. I
Oh,
do.
no, they got
I
to you
think
too.
they need to put them
They
in
got
there.
to you too. So it's like that. I'm afraid that, maybe I'll get caught. But, sometimes when you go out to dinner, there'll be a little something extra. I don't mind asking for, hey, can I take it as a refill to go? And sometimes, when you go into McDonald's, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to order your drink too. Oh, I have a cup. Tell you what, why don't we double fill? We'll share it. It's really bad. I just want a little cup of water. Fine. We can't give you the full size. Fine, go put some ice in it, put a little water in it. I know I'm over at the root beer machine going like this. Because I just saved 50 cents.
Right. Well, I think what we got from this interview so far is that you're a thief, which
Oh,
is
oh my God.
an international thief because you fly across
There's
the
the
world.
RICO law, they say. Oh my gosh, is that what I've revealed? Well, you know what? Good thing we're friends and no one's watching.
Good. Yeah, that's right. No, not going
Yeah.
anywhere but here. Just me and you. So we're good.
Thank goodness. And I thought there was other people in the room just because I was off my meds. But no, I'm having fun. And
Yes, yeah.
we just something else that's big news in my life is that in May, my mom moved in with us.
Oh, very cool.
And well, you say very cool, and of course, Lan will tell you right now, it's every woman's dream to live with her mother-in-law. But aside from that, but no, my mom had some medical issues, and she lived in Arizona, and so the great thing is she's getting to see the grandkids and all that other
Yes.
stuff. The other thing that's, I mean, either got to laugh or got to cry about, she has a little bit of Alzheimer's, and it's getting kind of worse. So I thought, let me come in, step in now, kind of take care of her, and we all get old, but. A lot of times I just laugh. Sometimes I'll share it with her. You have an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
iPhone. So you know about FaceTime,
Right.
obviously. So it used to be when my mom's in Arizona, and she says, you haven't called me in a while. Oh, great. I got you this new phone. It's an iPhone. I'm going to FaceTime you. Great. And then it's like, hey, Mom, by the way, all I can see is your ear. Back it up. Back it up. And then she's like, oh, my gosh, I can see your face, and I can hear you and everything. So I got her the iPhone.
Awesome.
Teaching my 76-year-old mother how to use an iPhone is a challenge, I will admit. A challenge I accept gladly because it is great in a lot of ways. But when you get a phone call and you don't want to answer because you're busy, you can hit a button that says remind me later or can I call you back in an hour?
Right.
So I'm trying to reach my mom, and this is like typical of the stuff. It's kind of funny. So I'm trying to call my mom, and immediately my call gets, she can't answer right now. And I get a message, can I call you back in an hour? So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So then about 5 minutes later, I get a message from her that says, yeah, that'll be fine. She literally answered her own text. Can I call you back in an hour? Yes, that'll be fine. I mean, I didn't even need to be there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love my mom. So I said, my mom, she loves to help out. She goes, what can I do? And I'm going to tell you something else. I hate to do dishes. Like, I hate it.
I do too. I
It's
get
like,
it.
Mom, you feel like doing the dishes? Oh, of course I'll do the dishes. And I go, okay, cool. So, by the way, I have no idea where anything goes, so you're on your own. So I'm all excited, right? Leanne comes home, like, guess what? I said, Mom did the dishes. Did you know that was the nice? She goes, yeah, it's sweet. I know she did the dishes. Look at this picture. So after she did the dishes, got them nice and clean, she put them all in the trash can. She thinking because our cupboards are weird that it was another cabinet.
Oh, no.
It was a trash can. So I'm like, oh my god. So put it this way. It's the world getting even to me because I'm sure I was no angel as a child, and
No,
I
you
have
don't say.
I've given her ration, and now it's my turn to get some of that.
There you
so
go.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
I'm still trying to get used to my hair, Chloe.
I love your hair. No, can we talk about the hair? I think it's
We
great.
can talk about anything. We already
I
know I'm a
think it's
criminal. This might be my last
amazing.
interview ever.
You're
ever.
probably going to be in prison for the next 30 years. But
Ugh,
it's okay.
yeah. Okay.
No, but I love your hair. I think it's
Thank
awesome.
you.
I like you got like this whole new style, and can I just say I am so amazingly proud of you. I can't even say how proud of
Let
you
me ask
I
you
am
one question. If you and I weren't friends and you just saw him in the street, would you think, I wonder if he plays in a boy band?
No, I'd probably be like, gosh, he looks like the rock star of the art world.
Oh, no, that's not fair. Well, what happened was I'd grown out my hair for a really long time, and I was doing, every time I'd cut, I'd do something with Locks of Love. So summer's coming up, and I had taken so many trips to Florida, and that was part of it. I'm thinking, oh man, it's going to be miserable, it's going to be really hot, and I've had my hair to here forever. So also, one of the other things that happened to me is in January, I went to Betty Ford and got sober. Now, I'd
Right, that's it. Yeah.
never had a problem with alcohol in my life. Tried alcohol for the first time, liked it way too much, and found out just a few short years later that I had a problem with it that I didn't even know I was susceptible to.
Right.
So I also wanted to it was time for a change. I've had my hair the same way for 15 years. I'm not changing my eyeliner, unfortunately, for my daughter
I
thinks
love
I'm
your
80s.
I love
But-
your eyeliner.
I just want people to see my eyes and not all my wrinkles.
Oh no.
But so I
Gosh,
cut it,
stop
and I've had so much fun because I'm still running into people who I haven't seen, in a year because I don't make it to
Right.
Jersey every day or Colorado, and so it's been a lot of fun. And first thing I did to make fun of myself is I did a post. You might have seen it, right? I
Right,
put up
yes.
4 pictures. I said, "Who do I look like now? Is it Nikki Sixx? Is it Kris Jenner? Is it Adam Lambert? I don't remember the last one. Somebody else.
Someone.
But, yeah. So it's but I'm really enjoying it. It's funny because I'll go like this and nothing happens. But I like it. And what's funny is like my hair wakes up before I do. So literally I could be in the Troll movie. I could just go like this and it stays.
Yeah.
That's not
I
Chris
think
Angel
it's
stuff. This
cool.
is Michael Goddard right
That's
now.
right.
Are you
Michael
ready?
Goddard. No, I love it. I think it's great, and I think it matches perfectly. And like I
Thanks.
said, I'm just so happy and proud of you. And
Oh,
I know
thanks.
Leanne has been a big part of that, and I just think
Saved
that
my
is
life.
incredible.
Yeah, saved my life. And I don't. You know what's funny though is there are funny parts to that too. But one of them is that if you drink a lot, you can't remember what you did the night before. And so I realized there was a problem when I woke up and I say, "Hey, let's have a great day, honey." And she'd be crying. She'd be like, "You don't remember what you did last night?" I'd be, "Oh, terrible." So that's the sad part. The scary part is knowing that I can't remember things. Sometimes I have to question whether my daughter or my wife Leanne is really being honest with me. And because like my daughter will say, "You remember how you got drunk last week? Yeah. Do you remember that day? Not at all. Do you remember you promising me a car?" I'm not the brightest, bulb on the Christmas tree, but my wife will be like, didn't you say you're gonna get me a pinky ring or that I could go shopping on Amazon?
Right.
I'm like, honestly, I don't know. And then I realize that they're messing with me, and I'm like, thank God. So I don't know. But life is good. Lots of cool things going on, and one of the most exciting things, and I've been trying to get together with my friend John Taffer for a while, and he has a show called Bar Rescue. So I keep telling everybody, we're going to do Bar Rescue, but John's schedule is like mine, so us getting together, out of the blue, like 2-3 weeks ago, I get a call. "Hi, who's this?" "Oh, this is the executive producer for Bar Rescue. We want to schedule an episode with you." So I'm like, "Ooh, cool. Oh, it's going to happen." I've been talking about it, but half of it's my fault because I'm traveling all the time.
Right.
I miss everything. I miss people's birthdays, and I miss big events and weddings. That part of it's not fun at all.
Yeah.
But so I'm excited about that. That's going to be coming up, and then the really big news. So about 2 weeks ago, I met with Mark Davis, who is the owner of the Raiders. Not only was Mark Davis there, but so was Mark Bedane, so was Mark Shearer, so was Tom Blanda, all the people who are bringing that stadium here and the team. And I'm just like, hey, I've been thinking about you guys for a long time. I got a piece of art to show you. So I told him, I said, I'd really love to have a relationship with you because I'm a Las Vegas, boy, you're a Las Vegas girl. And I said, it'd be fun to be, involved with you guys. I'm not looking for anything. I would just like to be your friend and someone who maybe you bounce, ideas off of for art because I would do it for nothing if you wanted me to. And I just want to introduce myself. Well, luckily enough, they both had artwork. Two of them had artwork of mine already. I did my homework though. I did a little painting for each of them. It was kind of funny. Because it's Las Vegas, I put them on a playing card, and then
that's really smart.
Yeah, and then I had an olive holding a football. Well, they're actually
that's
spinning a
cool.
football, but the olive is holding. He's dumping his martini glass out because now I don't drink, right? And so the olive is holding the card, and then it's got each of their faces on there. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was really cool. So one of them said to me, one of the marks, "Oh, best meeting ever." By the way, a little insight into this meeting. I'm sitting with 5 people. And there's only one guy in the room whose name is not Mark. I didn't have to remember anyone's name.
Mark.
By the way, Mark, how are you doing today? Oh, hey, Mark, I want to ask you. Hey, Mark, how's the wife and kids? I mean, it was amazing. Yes. But we talked with them, and I had this piece of art that I wanted to show them. And I said, and so the one guy says, well, I collected your artwork before. And the other guy says, well, actually, because a lot of us have moved from Oakland area to relocate out here in Vegas, and my wife was just looking at your art, and we were talking about buying it. I didn't have a chance. I didn't get it for whatever reason, and I wasn't drilling. I'm like, what? Tell me why. And it wasn't like that. It was just like, oh, tell me the story. And he goes, tonight. He goes, I get to go home and tell my wife, not only do we have some Godard art, I actually have an original that was personally created just for me. So he was like a little kid. It was really fun.
Heck yeah.
And but anyways, things went phenomenal. I can't tell you all the little secrets and how well things are going, but a week later, which was last week, I just walked through the new stadium and was given a private tour
awesome.
to look at places where maybe art's gonna go. And so it was really, really fun. But that could be
so
big things.
cool.
Here's what I thought about, and I'm not a big sports guy, which that was another awkward part of the conversation. Godard, do you watch football? I think I saw the salad bowl once. And then they're like,
Yes, the salad bowl, the great salad bowl.
and I felt like I had to justify myself. I go, listen, honestly, the football players are the ones that picked on me when I was growing up as a kid because you guys were buff and I was like the nerdy one, So anyways, but So I had this piece of art that I wanted to show to them, and as soon as I showed them the piece of art, they go, "Oh my gosh, we want that for opening day tickets. We want it for the programs."
Oh my gosh.
If all goes well, so far all the stars
Oh
have been
my
aligning.
gosh.
And my first thought was, you know what? I like memorabilia, so I know some things about sports. Plus, I have an Xbox.
Oh, here you go.
And I realized that anytime like Wrigley Field or whatever, can you imagine having a ticket for opening day from Wrigley Field? Soon as opening day is the biggest day of the year besides Super Bowl,
Right.
and can you imagine that as soon as the artwork's put on there, 50 years from now, that's memorabilia. You're on there with your great grandchildren, Antique Roadshow. My great granny Cora used to have her own radio show. She had a friend, very famous artist named Michael Godard. I got one of those winning tickets. It was
That's
like
right.
Willy Wonka. So that's what I imagined in my head.
Perfect.
And probably TMI is way too much information, but
No,
You catch my
that
flow,
is
so.
amazing.
Look, I'm getting chills right now. Like, those
I
are
am
actual
too.
chills.
Yes, that is so
Because what are we
cool.
doing? We're chilling together.
That's right, we're chilling.
New meaning.
Okay.
Double.
No, but I have Raiders season tickets I just bought, so I am so excited for that.
We've seen the Knights, yes?
Yes. Yes.
And you know how exciting that is.
Yes.
Every hockey player in the in the professional hockey league wants to come to Vegas to play. Because why?
Heck yeah.
'Cause Vegas, we
It's
do it big,
Vegas,
baby.
that's
We do
right.
it big. So I can't imagine what the Raiders are going to do.
Oh my gosh.
$2 billion on a stadium, and I don't know how many trillion square feet it is.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling. So if I could be any little part of it, like just
No,
can I
and
paint
that's a
myself as an
perfect
olive and put
combination.
myself in the bathroom right above the sink?
There you go. No, that's a perfect combination because you're probably the most famous artist from Vegas. I would have to, yeah.
So that was a funny thing
Yeah.
because they said, by the way, we've seen your art, we've seen it on cruise ships, we've seen it in Europe. Where are you based? What state are you in? And I said, I'm from Vegas. Like, I live right
That's
here.
right.
And I said I have a few other friends that are famous too, but not as famous as me. Of course, I only have like Carrot Top, Chris Angel, Five Finger Death Punch, Vince Neil. But I don't know if you've even heard those names before.
Not nearly as enough as Michael Goddard.
Oh, no. But, it's really funny. I actually have just the right amount of notoriety. No, not notoriety. Whatever you want to call it. I have just the right amount where I can go out and if someone says, someone who's really into art, because not everybody knows who I am, but people who really enjoy art, a lot of people have heard of me or seen it somewhere in Target or whatever. And they'll say, oh, I know who you are, whatever. So that's kind of fun. But, some of my friends, obviously, I go out with them. There has to be a security team. They got to call ahead of time. All right, we're pulling in. Roger that, Roger. Bring in the celebrity. We got you. So that Leanne and I talk about that a lot, that, in one way, it's got to be really crazy to live that kind of life, but you're also in sort of a bubble that some of them haven't got to live a real childhood. Michael Jackson, great example.
Right.
A lot of them just turn into mess. They don't know how to handle it. And, I'm sure that like with the 7 million listeners right now, like I can't go on public with Corey, but let me just tell you something.
It's so difficult.
Could you imagine us trying to just go have a meal and you can't even talk, or you got people in your face taking
Right.
pictures, and some of that kind of comes with the territory, but I'm really happy with the life I have. I don't.
Absolutely.
I just did a podcast a couple days ago, and I was telling him, I said, I feel so happy every day just being able to paint for a living, get to do art.
Yeah.
I still see myself like every other young little kid out in the world, and the ones that have already grown up too, and just wanted to do something with my art and be able to make a living at it. All I really wanted to do, I told him, I said, all I really want to do is be able to pay the rent and feed myself, and everything else is a bonus. And that's still all what I expect. So,
Well, no, and I think you're not giving yourself enough credit either, because truly every single person I know has seen your artwork. Like, because it is everywhere you go, your artwork is everywhere, as it should be, because it's incredible. And what's cool is it's fun too, and I think that's what's a lot of art is so depressing and sad, and I mean you need that, but most of your art is just so much fun.
You're trying to say,
and
put a
exciting.
smile on your face,
No,
huh?
yes,
Yeah,
and that's the
what I
cool
try.
thing.
Thank you. No, I try and do that with
Yeah.
everyone, and I don't just try and sit around and think of what's going to sell. This is how it really happens in the Godard world. So one of the last paintings I just finished, Well, actually, there's two that are really funny, but I just did one recently, and we're at dinner, and my wife doesn't drink a lot of wine, but every once in a while she's like, "Oh, this would be nice with this meal."
Yeah.
So she'll have a glass of wine, then she'll be like, "Wow, man, I really like wine," and you appreciate it when you haven't had it in a while, right? I go, "Wow, she really likes wine." So then we get home that night, and I'm walking into her closet because I probably forgot I was supposed to do something that I didn't, like actually pick up my dirty socks. Get these now. And oh God, I keep thinking of funny things I want to share with you. There's just not enough time. And so I'm in there, and I look around. What do I see around me? I see shoes, a pair of shoes, and I see another pair of shoes, and another pair of shoes. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I here or am I with Imelda Marcos? I don't know. But I look at all the shoes, and I go, wow, man. I go, shoes and wine? I know how to make my wife happy. That's a chick magnet right there. It's wine and shoes. So I painted a bottle of wine, and next to it, I have a real nice pair of Christian Louboutins. Yes. And
every girl's dream.
Then I have a magnet wrapped around the bottle of wine, and then I have all these little chicks, actual like little tiny chickens in there, and I called it Chick Magnet. And it's really, really fun. I'll show it to you before I leave.
Yes, I'd love to.
So so a lot of things happen like that, and I wanted to do a couple weeks ago. I was thinking about I want to do something really big, huge canvas, black with these super bright colors, and I'm trying to think of something really bright and colorful that I could make a painting that would work with a martini glass. And I thought, oh, I know what? I'll use marbles, because marbles you can make anything you want.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, and then as I started to think about the idea a little bit more, I go, man, I'm having a rough day. I think I'm losing my marbles. Boom! What the heck? I just got hit by a lightning bolt. There's an idea. So I'm painting this painting called "Am I Losing My Marbles?" It's a big, huge black canvas with lots of beautiful marbles in it. But two of the marbles I have to sort of resemble olives, so they're green marbles with a little red pimento.
Yes.
And then those two, since they're opposite colors, they really stand out. So I looked at them. I thought, oh, you know what? If I turn these marbles this way and that, and put them next to each other, they look like two eyes going like this, like going crazy. Am I losing my marbles? Perfect. So I put the marbles up there. Then I took one of the marbles, and it's splashing into the martini glass, and the splash that comes up actually kind of makes a sad face like this.
Oh.
So I thought two eyes and the sad face. Am I losing my marbles? So the more you look at it, what I did with some color theory is and the way that I drew it using some crazy mathematics. But what I did is I made it so that you're going to stare at those naturally.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is when the first time you see the painting, if you look at it for any length of time, the face will start to appear. And you probably already know this, but all of us human beings are wired through our DNA to recognize faces.
Right.
And you can walk into a bathroom or a kitchen, and when you look at tile and all the patterns, your mind will immediately start forming faces. It's crazy. Am I on something? Should I tell my mother something's wrong with me? Should I tell my family? And so that's what happens with the painting. So I take all these crazy, sort of ideas that just kind of come to me. Instead of sitting there and go, what do I paint next? I just wait for things to happen. So I'm seeing like this gorgeous, strawberry sitting next to this very handsome olive with two microphones in front of him, having a good conversation like old buddies, and all of a sudden, boom, there's the painting. So I like that. It makes it easy for me to come up with ideas.
Absolutely. No, I think that's good. And, that is what's awesome about your artwork, too, because there's a lot of times where I look at, like I said, a big fan of your art. So, and even when we went to your gallery a few months ago, when you had the big gallery at there, I was looking at it. I was like, I never realized that in that particular picture. And you just kind of, have little hidden things. And that's such a cool thing. And you can look at it forever because you see
International spy and thief, I stole that idea. Straight up, I'm going to make another confession right now in public. Thomas Kincaid and I were very familiar with each other and did some touring with him and showed in his galleries. And Thomas Kincaid used to take, now you can look for it if you're listening, and you like Thomas Kincaid. He's the guy that painted these really beautiful Disney-esque sort of stuff with little cottages.
Yeah, I love his stuff,
The lighting was amazing. I mean, he's like Bob Ross on steroids. So when he makes a mistake, it's like a whole cottage, not a mistake, instead of just happy birds. And what he would do is he would write a number. He'd put a number in his painting. So say it was the number 11. That number was how many times he put his wife's initial, Nancy, he put an N for Nancy 11 times. And I thought,
That's so
man,
cool.
Kincaid, you're onto something that I think I'm going to steal.
Yeah.
I like that idea. And so for me, I use it a little bit differently. Obviously, I don't pick up my socks. I'm getting yelled at. I'm like, Leanne, just put your initials in this painting. Am I still in trouble? You know you love me. Kind of, sort of. So I've been doing that for a long time. And we just did a show recently. There's a painting I did years ago. I may have told you this story before because it seems like I share it a lot. But I have a friend of mine that loved to gamble on the ponies specifically. And I came to him one day, saw him in the casino. What are you doing? You're always in the sports book. But he's not looking at the computer screen or, he's looking at piles of paper. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm handicapping the race. I go, what's that? He goes, I know what jockey's here. I know the last time the horse ran. I'm watching how the track was today, the weather, all these crazy things. And after he comes up with all of his crazy calculations, then he can come up with a bet that he sure is going to lose. You know what I mean? We're all convinced we're better than we are.
Right.
But he said, that's handicapping a race. And I just thought that was funny because I was clueless. I'm thinking, I've been gambling my whole life, but I don't do sports betting.
Right.
So I created a painting called The Daily Double. And in The Daily Double, there's 4 horses that are sort of in the forefront. The horse in front has 4 legs, and the rest of them only have 3. Now, if you don't pay attention, you'll miss it. So we're at a gallery. A guy tells me, oh, Godard, I have some of your work. Oh, what do you have? He goes, right over my bed, I have The Daily Double. I go, what do you think about those horses with 3 legs? He goes, what? The painting that you've had hanging over for a year over your bed. He goes, what? 3 legs? So I had to pull up, Google myself, Michael Godard. Daily Double, and out pops the picture. And I show him. We go, look at, they only have 3 legs. We go, oh my gosh, my wife too. It's her fault too. She never saw that, but that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I have fun
cool.
and mess with people and do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's different, and that's why you're so famous and so recognizable, and your paintings are just awesome, and that's why everyone loves. Really, if you go anywhere,
the reason she brings me these. These are actually tiny olives. She brings me a gift or gives me a gift every time I visit, and she knows I'm a starving artist. Anything that has to do with food.
Yes, yeah.
She's not only picking out a present, she's picking the best present possible, and olives, something I understand. Sadly enough, she doesn't know I'm going through all kinds of emotional trauma right now because someone has cut the arms and legs off of not just one olive, every single one.
Yes.
Then she wants me to commit cannibalism and eat my own olives who actually model for me.
God.
So I'm trying to hold it together
then
today,
now
but
I'm
literally.
The evil one. Oh my gosh! Now oh my God! I'm an evil master.
Oh, if I'm going to prison, you are too. I've seen forensic files. We're just gonna.
As long as we're in prison together, that's okay.
That's right. That's right. Be roomies. You help me make my shank.
Thanks. Perfect.
Get some
Oh
toilet
my God! We'll
paper.
do Shawshank Redemption. We'll get out of there together.
Oh, I just realized why we can't go.
Dang it!
You know what it is?
What?
You don't need any more tattoos. You'd end up all tatted up and like, Corey, what's up? You like to do teardrop?
Yeah, because I murdered all the olives, so I could get tons of little teardrops.
This is serial killer olives. This is, and look at, they're all in a box, all nice and frozen. This could be a Hannibal Lecter. Oh, Hannibal.
And a nice display kit.
Hannibal Lecter in a painting.
There you go.
Whoa! It just happened
and
right
I know
here.
I'm the real inspiration for it when you do it.
Oh, the serial killer.
There you
She
go.
might be very beautiful and cunning, and then all the victims. Oh, I like it.
You should do a Halloween themed one with all the murder. That'd be cute. Just do like a whole series of all horror ones. That'd be cool.
That's what my daughter, she likes to draw now. She just started working for me.
Oh, very cool.
And everything's like, oh, look at this picture I did of Freddie. Oh, look at this picture I did of Marilyn Manson. I'm like, hey, can you have anything that's not depressing? Because my 65-year-old clients might not even know who the heck Marilyn Manson is. Oh, no. My luck, I'll be on a plane with one of them. I'll be like, drug, it's the drug. You'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Why are you wearing a contact, one bright white one, and you're 65? I thought you had cataracts. Hell no, I'm a Marilyn Manson fan, yo. I don't know what we were talking about, but obviously we got off track, and I'm going to blame it all you because you're the host. You're the one at the helm of this ship. We just derailed.
See, I was blaming you for being a thief, and now I'm a psycho killer, and I'm not a great host.
I love it. Okay, we're back to maybe starting a band together. It won't be a boy band because she's a girl. But no, that's actually kind of a fun idea.
Yeah,
so those are the
cool.
crazy things that are kind of going on a little bit. And another painting I just did. I always tease Leanne about her ring. The reason I tease her about her ring, and I love her.
You're a very smart man with that ring. Let me tell you. That's my dream right there. Good job, Leanne.
Certain things I know that I don't pay attention to. So I did the painting called "I Love My Heels." I'm looking for a sexy shoe to paint because I think heels sexy, sexiest shoes possible. Wow, this is really pretty. The bottom of it's solid red. Hey, honey, have you ever heard of some shoes that are solid red? I'm gonna get you a pair. Just the bottom of them is red. The rest is black. It is sexy. Christian Louboutins. Really gonna buy me some Christian Louboutins? All of a sudden, I'm like, what's a Christian Louboutin? Am I in trouble here? Sure enough, I was.
Yeah, you are.
And I see her, you know, I had to break down and get them. I'm looking at my pockets and my wallet going, well, maybe I'll get another one someday. Fine, I can take on an extra job again. So I'm doing that newspaper route nobody knows about.
There you go.
Training the synchronized swimmers and stuff. And it ended up being a painting. So here's Leanne as a strawberry, loving the shoes when she got them. And I'm the little olive next to her, pulling my pockets and going, I'm broke. I'm broke.
I love that paint. I didn't. Well, you're the inspiration.
That's the story.
That's so cool.
So the newest was about the ring, right?
Right.
So I know that women like to. I don't really. This is what Leanne tells me. Women dress for women, not for men.
That's true.
And guys, we walk. Look at me today. I think I have 2 left shoes on, but I was born that way, so I'm not blaming anybody. But you know, I'm wearing sandals. You know, Leanne always looks good, right? Alien, you always look good. So
she always
who knows?
Beautiful.
But I know they look at rings. They like to look at nails. They always look at each other's nails, right?
Yep.
So they look at nails. They look at shoes, and they look at rings. Sometimes watches, necklaces, and. I don't know, whatever, you know. That's about the extent. I'm still learning what exfoliate
Hair,
means.
makeup, everything.
Yeah, so I decided to do a painting. So it's called Queen of Diamonds, right? And it's this giant diamond, and next to it, of course, is her as a strawberry. No, wait, that's not. Oh, I totally went off the wrong direction. Wait, a giant diamond next to it is a playing card, and this is where I got the idea to do something for the Raiders. So I paint Leanne as a card, right? But I paint her face on there, and she's looking at her ring like this, right? And if you flip it over, she's just kind of smiling with her rings kind of out there, right? So same pose, but her eyes have changed, right? And then me, I'm the card that's right next to her, and I'm holding a credit card with a big heart on it, going, this is out of love. Happy wife.
Happy life. That's
What rhymes with happy husband? Nothing. So I'm getting I know where my bread's buttered, put it that way. So that just came out. What was really fun, we had, I don't remember what city we were in when we first showed the painting, but Leanne had seen sketches, seen me working on stuff, and of course she got really excited. I'm trying to milk it for every point I can get. You know, I'm like, don't forget this, I'm painting you right now. I know I just did this, and this, plus this, and this, but don't be mad at me because I'm painting you. So we're both really excited. She didn't know how big of a canvas. She'd watched me do all the pre-work, and if I do a painting, I would say probably 90% of it is all planning the painting out. After doing this forever, my hand does what the brain thinks. So I have to have a good plan. So if I got 10 hours to work on a painting, 9 hours would be planning that painting out, 1 hour to paint it. Man, I wish I could actually paint that fast. So she didn't know how big it was, and she hadn't seen it. So she'd been watching all the planning going on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And she's getting excited. Oh, do you like this? Do you like this? You know, like, you want me to make you, you know, even more pretty? It'll cost you $5 and a kiss. That never works either. All I have to do is tell you, you're not getting a kiss. You'll give me $5. She's smart. So anyway, so we did a show, and I said I have something very special for lots of reasons. One, it's very personal. Second is, and it has personal meaning. I said, but aside from that, I've done very, very few self-portraits in my life. And so people are, oh, have you ever painted yourself in a painting? And so not only do you see Leanne in the painting, but me as well. So it was kind of an epic moment, and she had never seen the painting. She'd only seen the drawing. So it was great. I brought her up on stage with me, and me and all the assistants unveiled the painting. It's a huge painting, by the way. It's like big. 6, 7, 8 feet long, and so it was really neat. So that was a really fun time, especially to impress my wife and surprise her. Yes. Sometimes, like trying to surprise you, it's like, gosh, I'm gonna have to wait at least another 6 months because she knows everything's going on already. Not just the rumors and the TMZ, but she might even follow my social media, which I know she does. But
of course.
You know what I mean. So
no, that's so cool. That's amazing. It's awesome that you did that.
Yeah.
And you're a great husband. She's
reasons.
an amazing wife. So I mean, you guys are perfect together. And your wedding was beautiful. I mean, really, you guys are just literally a dream couple, and I think that is just so amazing. You guys are perfect for each other. Absolutely.
Oh,
perfect.
I think so too. I think so too. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very lucky I get to live with an alien. She gets my mother. She just really made out. I kind of did. I was just telling somebody the other day, I'll post something. Well, here's an example. This is how pretty my beautiful wife is. So I was living when we first met 3-4 years ago. I was living in TPC Summerlin over here, and we had a guard gate. And I'd been there for 3 years, and I'd come up, I'd show them my pass, or they look at a sticker that I had, and I didn't know anybody's name, so whatever. So I'd say maybe 2 months after, Leanne and I met, I'm like, honey, you drive. That's I like that, and I like to be read too. And so we pull into the gate. They're like, "Oh, hi, Leanne. Hi, Leanne." I'm like, "What the? I've been here 3 years. They don't know who I am." And it's like, "Oh, hi, Leanne." So the other day we're talking about it. I just found out her whole little secret. She's like, "Oh yeah, you know why they know my name? Not because I'm pretty, but because I gave them pizza and cookies. And on the holidays, I bake them a little something." I'm like, I need to start baking for everybody. And then I thought about it. I go, oh no, I wouldn't have any friends if I baked. Oh
No,
yeah,
that's
we're
it.
having good. But I am lucky. So we're coming up on a year. That's exciting.
I know, that's awesome.
Of course, I'm imagining that now instead of looking like Alice Cooper, I look more like the pool boy with my short hair, and it'll be like, oh wait, who am I with right now? Oh my gosh, that's my husband. Oh, it's my husband. Who knows? I don't even try and go there.
No, you guys are absolutely perfect, and I'm just so happy you
I'm
guys
just
have
lucky.
each other. Yeah.
I'm just lucky. I told her that my last girlfriend was cross-eyed really bad, and I found out. You don't laugh yet. I'm telling you the punchline. And I found out she was seeing somebody on the side. Anyways, that's not the first time I told that
Oh
joke.
my
That's really
goodness.
lame. Where is the lotion and the shampoo I need to steal? You know what? That's kind of funny. Like if we pause for too long, I might actually scan this room for things that I can,
I always feel when we go to fancy restaurants or whatever, and they have those nice hand napkins.
Yeah.
Those are good to steal.
Yeah, or you go to what is it, Famous Day, any of those rip places where they give you the wet towelettes.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll take 5 of them. Guess what? I'm gonna wipe my hands I'm a guy. I'm gonna wipe them all over my pants and my shirt, but I'm gonna save those for when I really need them.
That's right.
Yeah, isn't that funny how we do that? I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I have, it's funny. Whenever I think of a towelette, I think of a Carrot Top Scott, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a plane one time, and I was complaining like I always do about flying. And I'm like, oh, Scott, I go, do you have any pet peeves when you get on an airplane? He goes, oh, yes, I have one. Is this when they hand you the hot towel, right?
Uh-huh.
That at the beginning of the plane, they're like, okay, would you like a hot towel? And someone says yes, and they literally take an entire shower with it. It's like I'm gonna get my neck, I'm gonna get my shoulders, they're underneath their shirt, and you're like, oh my god. And then I always wonder why they have those prongs. I get it now. They're gonna be like, ew. So that's his pet peeve. And next time I see him, I'm gonna have to tease him about that.
If you guys fly together, you know what you
Yeah.
gotta do. So.
Well, I'm going to change subjects just for a second. So I want to ask you a question. It's kind of like it's a serious question. It's about flight. It's about safety. It's about something that's just beyond me. I cannot understand. And so flying all the time, you get to kind of know the whole routine of what everybody does, and this is how you put on a seatbelt and all that. The one I don't understand is, the pilot is trying to land the plane. Will you please put your tray table up? I'm not sure how the two are related. Like, I really don't know. Like, am I messing him up? Did we just crash because of me because I didn't finish my food in time?
I think it's your fault.
I have no idea. I can't put it together. Like, is it the aerodynamics? Is it a weight thing?
I don't know.
Is it? I'm dumbfounded.
I think maybe it's the drunk people who are passed out on their tray and then it lands on their
Their
tray.
neck snaps back, snaps
I
forward.
think that's who it's meant for.
I'm really bad. So I don't know why, because it doesn't make any difference. But another confession of another crime. Here we go. I literally, every time I fly, I rarely put on my seatbelt. Now, I know they come by and check.
Right.
So I'm kind of like a little kid whose mom says, did you brush your teeth? Oh, yeah. And what did I really do? I found the toothbrush, pulled it out, got it really wet, opened up the toothpaste, squirted a little bit on the counter, put it back in, and then put it all away, fixed everything up, left a little bit of toothpaste here and there, when I could have just brushed my teeth.
Right.
So I have all these little secret things that I do. Like when she comes around, I'll have my shirt tucked over. Sometimes they give me a pillow. I'll just put my pillow up on top. I'll put my headphones on and be like, just different things. And it's not really right. And the one time I don't have it on, the pilot's going to go, and I'm going to go flying forward. I thought he had his seatbelt on. Nope, he never wears them. He probably deserved that. That's my impression of the
Now
man
we'll
right
have it on interview.
Yeah.
There you
deserves it. I told him put your seatbelt on, you idiot. So no, but
Well, I don't want, but I know you got to get out of here, and we only have 5 minutes left, so I don't want, which really sucks.
I have to
but-
tell you one more thing. Though,
Okay.
I only have one last thing. This is the thing I need to get out because it made me think about pretending to have headphones on. There was a time when I was actually in shape and I wasn't having to wear Spanx every day like I am right now. Right this minute, I'm wearing Spanx, a full bodysuit. You can't see it. It's very clear, transparent. It looks really
She
good.
got the
I know.
Kim Kardashian Skims.
Yeah.
These things.
I'm the mom, anyways.
There you go.
Girls better be making me money. Better be making me money. And so I'm in the gym, and this is a time when I was going to the gym, and there's this one guy that just irritated me because obviously he wasn't there to work out. Of course, obviously I am because I'm such an Olympic athlete that it's really important to me what everybody else does, you know. But he's going around talking to everybody, and I just got irritated, like, oh, he better not talk to me. I was just waiting for the day he actually talks to me. Well, I like to listen to music.
Right.
So he comes out to me and he says, hey, and this is what I do. I got my earphones in and I cord and I point and go, can't hear you, right? And he looks down and my cord is not plugged into my iPhone or anything. It's just dangling. It's just dangling. And I go, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Wait, time out. One last extra one. Just went to the dentist like 2 days ago. This is exactly how it goes down. Michael, you've been wearing that retainer? Oh, yeah. How often do you wear it? Pretty much every day. You know it's supposed to help your teeth and all that? Absolutely. That's why I wear it every day. Well, that's funny because you left it here 6 months ago and never picked it up. So much for my night guard. Ba-boom. Liar.
Oh my goodness.
But it's one of those white lies. You don't have to tell. I should have just said, you know, Doc, I'm really sorry. I really haven't been that good about it. Instead,
Right.
I'm the little kid setting up the entire table to make it look like I brushed my teeth, which took about 20 minutes to set up
Oh
and
my
only
goodness.
2 minutes to brush my teeth.
That is so funny.
I love you.
I love you too. And thank you so much for being on. And so, what's your next art show and everything so everyone can follow you and keep up to date?
I have a private show this weekend in, I think, Sarasota. Then I'm flying to Miami to design some sculptures. Going to be making some really neat sculptures.
Wow.
The next show I have coming up, I have absolutely no clue at this point. But I believe, I have one coming up in Colorado, in Denver. The next show here in Vegas, normally we do something every year around Halloween.
Okay.
So the Rio would be the place to go to
Yeah.
check out. Yeah,
Awesome.
super good.
Very
So
good.
sad, but I love them. No one's going to see me eat these. That's evidence.
Yes.
Blackmail.
Well, thank you so much, Michael.
Thank
You're
you.
the absolute
I love you,
best.
Tom.
It's
Thank you
always
for
so
inviting
good
me.
having you on.
Great seeing
Yes.
everybody.
And congratulations with the Raiders.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you. God bless.
Truth.